Give him 6 minutes. I'd like to open this meeting. Present are Bill McGowan, Wayne Sawchuk, Carol Rowe, Dan Coughlin. And if I was to say, our next meeting will be
it looks like 9/5. That's the day after Labor Day.
Yeah, I don't know if we want to do that. I was just sort of thinking that it might be that's one.
Do you want to push it a week?
No, I'm thinking we do it on the 6th, maybe, just to give ourselves an extra day in case people can't make it after the thing. Does that work, everybody?
So
Okay.
Yeah, why don't we do that? Okay, so we have a series of abatements. Is that right, Carol?
Yes. Let me get those in and. All right. So William Kenneth Morris is going to be the first one to come in.
Okay.
Mr. Morris, could you unmute, please?
Sorry, I didn't see it.
That's okay. If you'd like to explain to the board the reason for your abatement?
Sure. I bought this house in September 2021. And I didn't really pay much attention to the water bills until, I don't know, about 6 months ago. I started this search for why the water bill was so high. I've had plumbers out, I've had my irrigation guys, I've had the water department out, and there's a sort of a strange setup at my house. There are 2 meters, but they're not in the same place. One is outside in back of the garage. The other one is inside the house. And I think the best example of what's going on happened first quarter and second quarter of this year. First quarter, my wife and I are alone in the house. We used 1,800 cubic feet of water for sewer, charge, and 0 for irrigation. In the second quarter, I looked at the bill and it said we used 6,000 cubic feet in the second quarter of sewer water, and only 1,900 irrigation. It's like the wrong meter is being read, and the ongoing charge, I think, should be somewhere between 18 and 19, or 18 and 2,000 cubic feet, not these 6,000 and 8,000. That just doesn't make any sense. So I was requesting an abatement that was more logical, as well as potential of moving the water meters together so that this won't happen again, or whatever the water department determines is the best alternative. It's because it is a strange setup.
You have a
Does that make sense?
Yeah, no, it actually doesn't to me, but do you have a separate sewer meter, you said?
Yes, it's 2 meters.
I don't think I've never.
Oh, well, it's 2. I don't know the details of. I'm not a water guy. I know there's 2 meters. So whatever they do with the 2 meters, clearly, what was done this first and second quarter is totally reversed. I mean, there's no way we use 6,000 cubic feet of water for my wife and I to wash dishes and go to the bathroom. It just doesn't. It's not possible. But it is possible that we use that much in irrigation. So I don't know how things get calculated because I don't work for the water department, but I know that it's wrong. That's all I know.
Did you go to the water department for an abatement?
Yes, I did. I went to, I was told to come to sewer.
Okay, so did they dispute the readings that you're talking about as getting them wrong?
No, I contacted, but they didn't dispute them. They just said, this is a sewer issue.
Yeah, I
Do
mean,
you have a leak or anything?
No, no, that's already been tested. They tested it too. The water department tested the leaks as well.
I think what you're talking about though, is you're talking about the water department messed up the two readings and switched them. But we have no way of knowing that. It's really the water department that needs to determine that.
I got a note from Brenda. She said that they believe that the house isn't plumbed correctly for the second meter. So that was the note that she had on her system.
Yeah, this is a water department thing. This is not us. They're gonna have to tell you what's happening because, I mean, if it hasn't, we don't know what, this is a new one on me. I've never heard one of these before. Sorry to say.
I mean, I'm just using math, guys. This is straight math. This bill is not possible. There's no way I could use that much water. And I've had plumbers here and I've had the water department here. It is plumbed correctly.
Well, so let me ask you this, is the water department giving you an abatement?
Well, clearly not. I'm here with you guys.
Yeah, but we're
They
not.
haven't given that. They just told, I'm just following direction. I don't know the best thing to do. And I was told that the abatement would come from sewer.
No, we would be abating anything that went into our, that did not go into our sewer system. And so we wouldn't have processed it and we would have abated that. We have no idea what went in and went out because we don't know, I don't know where it is. I mean. And I think, I don't want to sound harsh here, but the water department should give you, I think, a better answer. Like figure out why you have 2 meters that might be misplumbed.
Yeah, you're making an assumption that misplumbed. I'm telling you, this was not read correctly. So it just doesn't make any sense at all. It's exactly the opposite of what it should be.
Do you have a meter that is read digitally, like a newer meter?
I don't know. I have some, I'm handicapped. I can't really get out there and look at this stuff. So I apologize for that, but I depend on other people.
Now,
Yeah, just
Brenda should be able to give you a printout of literally the whole quarter on a daily basis, because it's all computerized. So that, there has to be something that's wrong.
yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the data in basically back in 2019 and 2020. I mean, there was significant water use for outdoor use, but looks like it was properly deducted unless the previous owner came in for abatement for that one. Because you have a sewer charge up around 3,000 and the water charge is up around 3,000 and the sewer charge is only $176. So back then, whatever deduct process was being done properly. The only reasons that look out of whack is maybe, since 2021. So maybe.
And I show the, because I pulled the meter readings.
Uh-huh.
And for the sewer, it looks to me that the issue that they're showing is for 10/3/22. Because the sewer readings go up anywhere from $300 to $700 or $800, but this one was $1,664 for that 1 month. So it clearly stands out.
Yeah, both that one and the one prior to that are high.
Mhm.
And
Right.
I'm not sure if the water department changed the way they were applying the deduct meter, or maybe there's something wrong with the meter.
Well, I'm not talking about the water bill. I'm talking about the sewer bill.
I am too.
Okay.
You notice that the one before was over $900.
Yes, correct.
And if you look at the previous large water bill, that was $890. So the
Correct.
last 3 summer readings were very high on the
Yes.
sewer side, whereas previously it looked like there was an appropriate deduct being applied. So
Right.
there's either.
So the issue is
Yeah.
within the last 3 months. or
No, it
quarter?
looks like all the way back to 2021.
21.
When did
Oh,
you
yeah.
buy the house?
September 2021.
Yeah, so the bill that came just around that time, you probably got it or it was in escrow or whatever, but that one was also wrong at that time, but you may not have
Mhm.
noticed that. But certainly the last two in 22 or the ones in 22 seem incorrect. I'll agree with you on that. But again, it's the water department that reads the meters, the water department that does the deduct. You really need to confirm what the readings are with them.
Okay, I will call them and try to figure this out. This is just, I mean, you understand why I'm asking for an abatement, right? So it just doesn't,
Yeah,
it's just not logical.
I mean, it seems wrong,
Yeah,
but the water department has to determine what went wrong. And then
okay,
Carol can talk to Brenda about it.
okay,
Mhm.
Yeah, Carol, do say that to Brenda, we've talked to the gentleman and that he's gonna get back to her, but something should be going on.
Okay,
okay, thank you.
All right,
you're welcome. And the next person, I don't know who Louis Oliver is, but I think that's the guy from 46. So that's the only abatement we have for today. No one else showed up.
There were 3 listed, right?
Yeah, there are 3 listed, but it looks like the other 2 did not show, and I did contact them.
Okay,
I
There you
mean,
go.
the other ones seem like toilet runnings. Are they live?
Yeah, something, yeah.
yeah, both of them had like
I'll just,
toilets or something going on.
yeah,
How's it
I'll put them in
going?
for the next meeting, see if they'll show up.
How's it going, everyone? I'm here from 46 Border Street.
Nino, could you unmute, please? Thank you.
Morning.
Sorry, Carol, just to go back, the one on 7 Highland Ave,
Mm-hmm.
there isn't a repair bill for that one. We don't know if it was repaired. Maybe
You want me to find out if it was a repair bill?
Yeah,
Okay,
the next time.
okay, thank you. Okay, Nino, you can go ahead.
Good morning, everybody. Thanks for giving us your time this morning. I have Louis here from McRitchie Engineering. If possible, is it possible for Louis to share his screen and he could walk you through the new internal plans?
He should be able to share his screen.
Yep. Yep. Let me get on it. It's not letting me. Will you enable me to do it?
Let me see. Okay, see if you can do it now.
Yep. All right. Can everybody see the floor plans?
Yes.
Okay. So for the past couple of weeks, I want to say we took the initiative of scoping the existing
This is Carol.
lines that currently or they used to serve the various areas of the building in question, which is 46 Border Street. It used to be the old Atlantica building, as you are aware of. We scoped all the pipes on this side of the building, on the right side of the building, closest to the water, which is also the end of the building where the bathrooms are situated.
That I don't know.
And
I
since,
don't know, but I can find out for you. And the best number to reach you at? Or do you have an email address?
based on what we found during the scoping
Okay.
of the existing,
Email would be better.
the existing
Mhm.
lines are fine. They look healthy, and I have video recordings on this, and I'm planning on sharing that with everybody after the meeting. These lines look okay. They look
Mhm.
fine. The scoping company recommended that they are descaled and then water jetted to get all that out, but there's
Okay.
not
So I will have to find out for you
bellies or
if
leaks.
there are cell towers
There's no sign
on or near
cracks or
each of
anything.
the
It looks
schools.
fine.
Yeah, we can't
I
have
just-
two people talking.
Yeah, and I was gonna say, one of us has to stop talking. Because I can't hear the gentleman here for 46 border.
Carol, can you
Oh,
put
that's good.
on if we're gonna
Okay.
continue?
All right, let me do some research. Sure. Not a problem. You're very welcome. Bye-bye.
Carol, you have to mute yourself if you're going to be on a phone call when someone's making a
Sorry,
presentation.
sorry.
Okay, can we continue now?
All right. So like I was saying, we did a video scope, and we found that the piping under the existing location of the bathrooms is healthy. The scoping company recommended that it be descaled because it hasn't been functional for a few years now. So a scale has grown inside of the pipe. They recommended it be descaled and then water jetted to get all that out. The piping showed not bellies or drops in the run of the pipe up until this point right outside of the foundation after these 45 over here. From this point all the way over to the right before getting to the existing invert, the pipe shows some drop. There is some settlement here. My assumption is that is because soft soils and the pipe has probably settled over time. So for that, we're proposing that this section of the pipe be replaced, as that could lead to issues in the future. For
Sir, is it possible to get a copy of that? I mean, is that possible? So it could go.
yeah, I'm planning on forwarding you not only these drawings, but I'll send you a letter of summary of the scoping and also the video scope that we obtained from them. That's what we're proposing to do here. On this side, which is the grease side, I like to say the site, which is where the kitchen is, that all that piping will be going out. We'll be removing the entire system that is currently serving the kitchen along with the existing grease trap. The existing grease trap is estimated to be in size 1,500 gallons capacity. That will be going out. The soil surrounding it will be decontaminated and tested. What I also like to do is, depending on what the conditions of the existing grease trap are, and if it shows any signs of cracking or de-leveling, I want to, before we put a new grease trap in, I want to make sure we do soil testing for settlements and trying to prevent the new grease trap from failing in the future. If the existing one shows any settlement or failures, structural failures due to soil settlements. Aside from that, with that being said, this is the proposed underground piping. Now, let me take you through it. Considering that the piping over by the bathrooms seems to be in good condition, we just need to descale it as recommended per the scoping company, and then water jet it to get all those solids out. We're proposing to keep that piping and reuse it. Now, as far as the exterior piping that showed some settlement through the video recordings, we are proposing to replace that pipe all the way out to the before the invert connection. I haven't had the chance to talk with the civil engineer on whether or not they will be replacing the invert, but the piping itself only needs to be replaced right before the invert, as he showed. That's where the belly ended. Now in the kitchen, there is an area where they will be cooking. They will be doing heavy cooking with, it involves a lot of grease. Therefore, we separated that area of the kitchen to be drained to the new grease trap. And then the other area of the kitchen to be simply drained to the, sewer, main, before the invert. As you probably are aware of, the new building will be furnished with 2 kitchens. One will be the big one for the big restaurant, and then the other one will be a smaller kitchen that will be more like for a cafe or coffee shop that is not really targeted to be cooking heavy greasy foods. However, considering that this project is taking place, we recommend that this kitchen be piped to the grease trap for future accommodations. So that way they don't have to open up the floors and whatnot in order to get that drain line to what it should be with the grease trap. Considering the length of the piping between the coffee shop area, which is on this side of the building, and the location of the main grease trap, which is on the opposite side of the building, we're proposing the installation of a local grease trap that they are okay with pumping, every so often, and then piping that over to the main grease trap. They will have a commercial grade dishwasher that has a final rinse of 180 degrees. We are proposing to install that DPB system to temperature control the drain water before it hits that grease trap to avoid melting that grease. They will have a triple bowl sink at both kitchens. I have a floor plan here that shows that. The big kitchen will also have a dishwasher that is a commercial grade. In this floor plan, you can appreciate what I mentioned earlier, where some of the kitchen area will have just normal sewer water, non-grease, present, like the bathrooms over here. So that will have to be drained directly to the sewer system as opposed to going through the grease trap. And then on this side is where you have that triple bowl sink over here for the kitchen. And this is the location of the local grease trap that we're proposing. They have a prep sink next to that, but it's a smaller sink. And then this is the area of the bathrooms that will be served by the existing sewer lines that just need to be maintained.
Dishwasher goes to the grease trap.
Dishwasher goes to the grease trap, yes. Both of them.
You know what the floor elevation of the building is?
I'm afraid I don't know. I can get that information though.
Now, is everything cut out from the old salt house? Is that all separated today? Or is there still work to be done on that?
It is my understanding they're currently using the same grease trap as we own. So part of this whole project will be them furnishing their own grease trap. They will have to come up with their own grease trap.
Okay, so for right now, that water is going in the existing piping of
I
the,
don't know that it is currently as their kitchen side is shut down. They're operating out of a food truck at the moment.
right,
So I don't, as far as I know, they sort of shut down, I believe it was last January, hoping to get their kitchen remodel underway. That has not happened yet. So they've been running out of a food truck, but before they can, I'm guessing they'll have to come in and see the sewer commission and come up with their own plans on how to deal with their sewer issues on their side of the building.
Right. Now, does the food truck, is that piped into the current sewer? Or are they having someone come in and pump it out?
I have no idea, to be honest. That's a completely separate operation, separate building owner.
Wayne, I was down there 2 weeks ago. I didn't see any pipes under it. It looked like it's just a mobile that comes in and leaves.
Yeah, but it's stationary there. I haven't seen it leave. So I was curious, does someone come by and pump it out?
I don't know. I didn't see any piping or anything like that underneath it.
Okay.
Anything else we need to, Dan, do you have anything else for these guys?
Yeah.
I have a rather specific question for you. The new building layout will be proposing the main kitchen, as you already know. But for the seating area of the new building, they are proposing to install what it would be a bar. And it seems like they will only be dealing with liquids here, like beverages, not really cooking. Is this something you want to see going through a grease trap, or can you go directly to the sewer?
I would think they would be able to go right to the sewer.
I agree. Okay.
Um, there were a couple of things. Aren't there like two services? Wasn't there the bathroom originally going directly to the sewer? Well, you said it was going to the a manhole.
It
Right.
goes to an invert, yeah. It goes to an invert where it meets with the sewer with the sewer drain after the grease trap right here.
Okay, so there are no other sewer manholes on the property? I thought there was one right near the edge of the road or something.
Yeah, those are these. I think these are the only three.
Okay.
The only manhole that is. Nino, do you know of any other one?
I could pull up the site plan.
If you could, that'd be great.
Yeah, the existing grease trap has, I believe, 2 covers on it. And they just,
Yeah,
when
I
the
thought
water
it was,
gets on top of the surface from the ocean and stuff, it goes right into the grease trap and right into the stuff. So one of the things that is important on the installation here is to have watertight manhole covers as a requirement.
Carol, would you be able to allow me to share? I don't know if Lewis has to stop before I can start, but it says host disabled.
Sure, one moment.
Thank you.
one thing to keep in mind too, the flood elevation here is like elevation 15. And the building floor elevation is probably only 8. So under these peak flood periods, it's not only going to be the outside covers that are going to be a potential source of water, it's going to be the inside plumbing as well.
Well, the interior elevation of the building there's about a 32-inch cavity below the building, which is at the similar elevation as the parking lot, but then the building floor itself is elevated. And that's something that was done not that long ago because it's all KD 2x10 construction.
Right, but regardless, it's probably going to be under several feet of water during a flood elevation. I mean, flood occurrence.
You know, you should be able to share now.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Everybody see that all right?
Yep.
So
the area I was thinking was somewhere around to the lower right of the new septic tank. I don't know if you can blow that up a little.
for some reason that whatever they send me, I'm only able to zoom out, not in.
Okay.
So to the right of the proposed grease trap,
Lower.
lower.
There's like a right around there to your right again.
A sewer manhole.
There's a sewer manhole.
Yeah, not
off
that
the-
one. Right. Yeah, let me see if I can see it on the side here.
There's a catch basin here, which is also off the property. I do not see another sewer manhole on the
So,
property.
if you allow me, I can show you on Google Maps. You can actually see the manholes from the street.
Yeah, I think it's right after the septic. I mean, right after the grease trap, right there.
Oh, right here.
Yeah,
believe-
you see a round circle?
Oh, SMH, yeah. But is that the invert though?
That's the sewer invert, yeah.
That's the invert.
It says sewer manhole on the plan I see.
Yeah, I think they have that mislabeled, right, Lewis?
But this is not the layout that you just showed us too on the other plan, correct?
Yep.
you have two sewer services coming out of the building and connecting up to the street. So which is being proposed, I guess?
So Nino, if you allow me to take it, I'll take it from you.
Yep, I'm gonna
Right.
stop sharing.
So going back to this drawing, let me pull up something else. So this is the street view right in front of the building. These
Yeah,
two manhole,
Looking at an email, I think, right now, the other screen.
oh, sorry. Here we go. How about now?
Okay,
All right. So these over here, these two are the manholes for the existing grease trap right
okay.
here. And these is the invert right here.
So those go to that one.
These is this one over here, the farther away, that's the intake to the grease trap, and then the outlet is over here, closer to the street. Then from there it connects to the invert right here, and then it goes to the sewer main.
Okay, so it doesn't go straight out to the sewer?
No, it doesn't. No.
Because I'm pretty sure that's the way it was originally shown. Okay, but you've scoped out between the manhole and the grease trap?
Yeah, as much as we could, because unfortunately that grease trap is filled to the top, so they couldn't really throw a camera there. But you could see the connection on these manhole cover over here. You could see the pipe connection that was directly pointed towards the invert. So
Yep.
that's how we do
Does she have a tub?
The existing sewer invert that you
Okay.
have there, the manhole, that's still a private manhole on your property, on the
Mhm.
property?
Yeah. It's right there.
Yeah.
When do Queen and Emma move in?
Did you also scope out the pipe going to the town sewer?
No, we didn't scope that pipe.
Okay,
Should that be done?
Yeah, you should see what the condition of it is anyway. You can't. You don't want to do all that other work and then have a problem out at the street and you're resurfacing the parking lot and covering up a situation that you didn't look at.
Yeah,
So from the existing sewer invert, it should show where it's going out to the street. Into
Okay. All right, we'll do that too.
Flying out on Friday, so you can just keep it in the.
Yeah.
On the airport.
We've had an issue because this has been on private property.
I think it's like it's.
Whole time.
yeah, I mean, as you said, Wayne, earlier, watertight construction for the covers is important.
Guess we'll have time on Wednesday.
You know, And we do like the ones that can take several feet of water, obviously, so. But like I said, in an extreme flood condition, the plumbing inside, the floor drains, those are all gonna get inundated anyways. So, future flood conditions, there's no mechanism to stop the flow from entering the system at this point. Something you guys need to consider in the long range planning, I think.
Right.
Will do.
Things are gonna be more expensive.
What would be, Daniel, what would be a feasible way to try to look out for the future flooding
No,
situation?
I'm sorry, Nina, I was talking to the
Yes, I
board.
will.
Oh,
Because you're not the only one in this boat. There's several
I will
services
look
that are
for you, though. I'm
similar
not
to
gonna
this.
do it
yeah,
right
for
away.
sure, the lobster pound
I'm
comes
not
to
gonna get in
mind.
trouble. Yeah.
Now, in the interest of moving forward, is it possible to have sort of a condition that this additional information be provided prior to the beginning of construction? We're happy to, we obviously want to make sure that the sewer line, after we put all these hundreds of thousands of dollars just into the parking lot alone, everything is as good as it could possibly be. So we're happy to do the further scoping and then address additional lengths of pipe if we find out that's what's necessary.
Yeah, well, I think there's still a couple of steps that need to be done. One is basically we need to scope out that last line going to the street, because that's still a private service connection. The other thing is we need to look at the videos. The third thing is the plans do not agree with what you were showing as far as replacement. So right now you have two separate connections shown on the site plan that you popped up. It doesn't look like you're doing two separate connections. It looks like you want to go back to a single connection, which is what you're saying exists currently. So we need a plan with inverts and pipe slopes, basically a design plan of what's going to be installed. And that plan would be reviewed by myself and probably the town engineer. And at that point in time, you'd get final comments and approval. But we need a plan before it could actually get approved. So, and it needs to have elevations on it. There's nothing in here is showing elevations in terms of the inverts in and out of the tank, I don't think.
Right, no, it doesn't.
And the other thing is the watertight construction. You know, you can look around for a cover type, but the ones we are using in the streets now are the PAM tights, I believe, which have a, you know, like 20 feet of water protection. But those need to be anchored to the tank. So there does need to be some details on how the watertight covers are being installed. Is that existing manhole precast, by the way? I believe it is, but
Yeah, it is.
okay. So I think we're still looking for some additional information before the board would bring it to the vote. I'm not speaking for the board, but typically we need a final plan approved.
Yeah, but there still may be situations where you're gonna have to modify it a little bit when you actually go in and start digging and stuff, you know?
Right, that's sort of where I'm coming from. This is gonna be a 2-year-long project, and we've been waiting, you know, to get the permit for 6 months now. It'd be great to be able to get going. I think Sean Allen's hoping the same.
Yeah, just need a design plan.
I mean, I think we've discussed a lot of stuff here. Now just, you know, put it in, do the test, or looking at going from your manhole to our manhole. And that should be, I mean, you should be able to do something in a week or so, you know, and then come in on next meeting, or talk to Dan and have him sort of approve it as you go along.
Yeah,
Okay, so this is something we can just directly communicate with Dan on.
Yes.
Okay. We should have the video scope of the line going from the existing invert that is in our property out to the main this week, and we'll be sending that over to Dan.
yeah, as well as the other pipes too. I just would like to see the condition of the ones going into the grease trap and maybe the plumbing ones over near the bathrooms, the piping that you're gonna retain.
Right, okay, yep.
Yep.
Will do.
And if the grease trap is full already, you should have it cleaned out.
Well, yeah, we're under the assumption that the old salt house should have it cleaned out, since they're the only business that's been operating in the last few years. So we'll deal with them on that.
Right, but it just makes sense, because you can't, you know, if you want to replace things and everything, got to be dealing with something that is, you know, you have to get rid of it anyway, but at least clean it out, and so you know what.
Right. We were.
It
We
confirms
always
whether or
assumed
not
that it
the
had
flow
been
going in.
maintained by Old Salt House, but it was not, so.
Yeah.
We'll get that taken care of as well.
Yeah. That should be easy.
Mhm.
Yeah, and if you send me an email, I'll respond back with some of the details of the street work that was done as far as watertight manholes. That might help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Carol, would you be able to shoot me an email with Dan's contact info?
Of course.
Thank you.
Yep. And you could arrange for an on-site meeting with them and stuff. We will be having a charge for his time on reviewing all this, though.
Sure.
Okay.
just for future consideration of the board, I mean, one thing that, I had talked about is if these properties, coastal properties are flooded, the water just pours into the system. That inundates the plant and everyone else, and it could theoretically cause backups in the Jacobs Meadow homes because of the heights involved. So I mean, part of that resiliency, planning really needs to address some of the sewers in this area as well. And besides watertight manholes, one thing that you could also do is do actual valving for the services. So before an imminent flood, you would close the valves for the services for these properties. And basically prevent that water from entering the system.
And why don't you bring that up the next time Brian is on with us?
And usually that's, the valve itself is located, it's usually a knife valve. And those are usually good for about 20 feet of water, but you would put that in the end of the service and located in a manhole typically. So I mean, that would need to be done for a lot of properties along this area. Something to think about in the future.
Well, the weather is getting different every year in terms of the conditions and stuff, so we really have to make it so that we know what's going on and
Yeah.
try to rectify it. Okay,
Anything else, guys?
Nothing else from our side, I don't believe. Louis, you good?
Yeah. No, none on my end.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
No, can you unshare your screen, please?
Oh, me?
Thank you.
Oh, Louis, yep.
So I don't think we have anything else, right?
No, the only other thing I put on there was to go over how we were going to process CJC and the Cook payments.
Yeah, and that's not, I mean, we don't know yet. I've asked.
Okay,
I would go to Michelle and ask her. I believe that she was trying to get something done with Brenda.
okay.
Seeing that she's got invoicing, capabilities. But I've been asking for this for probably close since to January. How are we gonna do it?
Yeah, one other thing, have we gotten any flow metering reports from CJC?
I haven't got anything.
so why
No.
do we do a sewer bill?
I don't think we sent them a bill yet. And
Yeah,
that's-
the bill's done with the water meter reading still, but
Oh, it is.
we had a requirement in there in reporting forms, basically, that we added for them to submit quarterly reports for a period of time.
Right.
And we haven't received anything. So there should be a notice or a letter sent out requesting that reporting start and continue.
Right. Just have a letter done. Carol, you can handle that. And then the Cook, did they have any metering that was installed or no?
They did not. That's individual homes and water meters, so.
Right, now, one of the things is, I thought in the, months ago that they could finance that, that over a period of years. But apparently that isn't possible. But is it possible to have it so that they have, till the end of the year to pay it or something like that? Because it is a significant amount of money for each of the people to pay all at once. So I wouldn't want it to be,
I think we gave them a 20-year payment plan.
but I don't think that's happening. But from what I'm reading, it's saying that we're requiring it right now. Can you confirm that, Carol?
Confirm.
We're talking about Cook Estate and
Yep.
whether or not the people can finance it over 20 years, which is what our intention was, or whether they have to pay it right now, 30 days from now or whatever it is. And find out who you have to ask that question.
There is an upfront like deposit they have to pay. They
right,
know that. And then the rest of it would be off of the metered stuff. They have also asked us, and I think it's in our contract. And Carol, if you could look at that as well and confirm it. They've given a name of a management company that the bills go to. And
Yes,
they take care of it.
so is the association gonna advance money?
That I don't know. I don't know. But we have to figure out who's gonna get the bill. And I think it's the association up front and then the management company for the rest of it, for the ongoing metered billing.
So they won't have 2 meters then? They won't have a water meter and a sewer meter? Or, no, I guess if the association has sprinklers and stuff like that, that's a separate thing, but they're paying for the water, but they shouldn't be paying for sewer. Right?
Right, I honestly don't know. I mean, I'm presuming there's 1 meter for every home up there.
Yeah,
No, water meter.
I would think they're still gonna do the sewer and water billing the same as anyone else. You know, we were just thinking that they can't do the fee, I guess, paid over a period of time. Because that's not unlike CJC. You have an agreement, it outlines a payment plan.
Yeah, and that's why they did it, because they were watching CJC all the time. That's what they wanted, the same type of deal.
Yeah, I hadn't heard that they weren't able to do that.
I think it's in the contract.
Yeah, but I've been hearing they can't do it. And I don't know,
Why not? You know?
can't tell you why not, but. You know, maybe we just, you know, we've signed the contract. Maybe we just have someone come in and just, you know, find out what it is, or Carol find out from Brenda, are we billing him now for sewer? Right? That's the question.
we talking CJC or Cook?
Talking about Cook.
Okay,
Then are they being billed for sewer today?
okay,
Because I don't.
I
think-
will find out.
And, you know, that represents, you know, a certain capacity of our plant and stuff, so we should know how much water is going into it, just like CJC. No, yeah, or sewage. Okay. I don't have anything else.
All right. Yeah, and Carol, if you could look into that, like in the next, say, day or two, make sure what's going on and check in with Brenda, please.
Yeah, for Cook, absolutely.
And then ask Michelle on the billing, because I've talked to her specifically about it. I've asked Christina about it. We had a meeting with the finance director who didn't want anything to do with us, so.
Right,
They don't have a method to bill. I mean, I can have my bookkeeper put a bill together in about a half an hour. We have to. So, just tell me what it is. It's kind of frustrating. All right, well, I don't have anything else. And Wayne, do you? Dan, anybody?
No.
No.
All right, I'd like to make a motion to adjourn.
Second,
All in favor, Bill McGowan, aye.
Wayne Sawchuck, aye.
All right, well, I'll see you in September.
Okay,
all righty. Thank
have a
you.
nice Labor Day.
All right, take care. Bye.
Bye.